Hey everybody, I am back and hopefully you can hear me. I have to charge all my stuff, so hopefully this will be okay. I have some pictures out. We are going to do the photo journal. There's been a ton of stuff happening, not all good. So we are still in June, and yeah, it's been crazy here. So I have some pictures here to put in. I want to put in here. Let's put this right here so you guys can all see my little, I love that one, it's so cute. Anyway, so I have some, so I'll tell you what's happening. My friend passed away. Really sucky. She's always known that she's going to pass away. She just thought that it wouldn't be recent. So on June 9th, one of my good friends passed away. And it's sad. So there's her little thing from Facebook. I don't have a copy of the paper yet. I'm going to keep it and clip it out. I don't know if I'll put it in here or not. Probably, because I'll probably put it right next to here and put it right here. So we had a lot of fun times together. The girls went to kindergarten together. First grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. She moved. She met a guy and she moved and got married. And yeah, so it was sad, but it was, for me, it was kind of abrupt. But I knew when I heard, it's like, yeah, she knew that she was going to go sooner than later. So I did print out my picture of my friends at work, because this, I had told you about this one, it's Appreciation Day. And I thought it would be cute to take this and put it right here, right? I thought it would be cute. I haven't done that yet, but we might. So anyway, I put that in there. And this is from the guys when they went camping, right? June's gonna have a bunch of pictures in it. I didn't think it was going to, but yeah. We only got a couple days left of June, so if there's something to put in here after that, then I will. So there is my friend when she went down to the other part of this walkway. There's another piece of it right here. So this is up here, this is down below a little bit. So I haven't written right there, but I will. These are from Mindy. We had Father's Day, so we'll put this in here. We had Father's Day, because it's kind of going in order, but not really, you know. So we had Father's Day. So this is a picture of what he got. I got him a grill, but he did not like it, so we sent it back, and we will get a different one that he likes. So that wasn't a huge deal. Let's see. That's going to get a page by itself. This is going to get a page by itself. Okay, so next. I love this. Ariel did this. They went to the rodeo last week, and I scoffed it off her Instagram because I don't get pictures of her. She's such a poop. I have to steal them. So there's her and Ben at the rodeo. So I'll put that down here. So I have room to write, and I'll write later on. You know, if I'm sitting down here, I'll write later on. Those ones. I went on a picnic by myself last week. at work. I went down, this is one of the little parks that's in Fillmore. And it was hot and it was starting to cool off a little bit, and it was a nice breeze. So I went and got me a sandwich and some ginger ale, and I went and had a picnic by myself. So we will put that right here, and I can lift it up right there. Then we have this gentleman. Oh my gosh, I'm at work. I mean, one of these times I'm going to find somebody famous that's going to come in there. I actually have met 2 people that I watch on YouTube, which is so crazy. Now, there's a bunch of families here. I don't know about a bunch, but there's a few families here in Utah, me included, that do YouTube. And I do watch them. And so this guy, I will bring him up and show you in a minute, because I'm going to link all their channels down below, if I can remember to do that. Anyway, it's I watch Jared and Ellie, or Ellie and Jared Meekum, and I've been watching them since they started to have children. They couldn't have children. They went through in vitro. They ended up having a baby, and then they had another baby and another baby, and they finally got a little girl. They were able to get pregnant naturally after the first time, so it's awesome. Well, anyway, one year I was watching them, and he had brought in his dad, and they were singing a song or whatever. They were singing together. Very beautiful voices, both of them. Gorgeous. And so I watch him. I watch Ellie's family, Bonnie, Helene, and her husband and the kids. I did watch their older sister until she got in trouble. And then their parents' channel, I watched them. Way fun. You know, it's a family channel, family vlogs and stuff. It's fun. But anyway, I was at work last week, and all of a sudden I see these 2 people walk in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know you. And I blurted it out, right? And they both looked at me like, how do you know? I'm like, you're Jared's parents. I was so excited. So anyway, he gave me his card. It's so fun. I'm going to put that in here. And I'm only going to put the on one side so I don't ruin the card, for one. And that he's actually in a band. This is what it is. His name's Craig Meekum. And Greg Meekum Music. And they are actually coming down here in Fillmore in August for the Arts Festival, and he's going to be singing here, so I'll get to see him again. Hopefully Jared and them will come down. That would be awesome. You know, they actually they live in Logan. Jared and Ellie live down in St. George now. One of Ellie's sisters is moving to the Midwest. Bonnie and them live up in Logan still. They still live up there. But yeah, I thought it was so exciting. So I definitely got to go in my book. Definitely in my book. And last week we had fires. And if you've been watching the news, you know Utah is burning down. We're safe right now. I took a picture. Well, I took it from the internet. But anyway, this fire right here, I believe, this one just started. This is just outside of Fillmore in Holden. That's what it looked like when it first started. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I think this one is what it looked like. Let's see. Let me look at my picture, see if I get it right. Okay. Yeah, if I remember right, this is what it looks like the other day. and it's gone over the mountain. They've closed Scipio off. You can't go to that road down there. They closed the campground, evacuated people. So here's one fire, right, that I'm going to put in here, and I'll write next to it which one it is. There is, I got to go in and take the other pictures. There were, that's the one that's closest to us. There's one down in Beaver Way. It totally wiped out a whole community and took out the ski area. There were cabins up there and everything. That's 45 minutes away, that one. This one is way close to home. This one is just outside of Fillmore now. More like 10. From me, it's about 15 minutes or so. So yeah, that's scary. And then we had the Eureka fire a couple weeks ago when we were going up to get my van. There was that fire, smoke everywhere. But the newest fires is this one and the one in Beaver. It's just sickening, and it's too coincidental. We have not had dry lightning, okay? It's too coincidental that these are going off, and it just seems like somebody's being an idiot, you know? I don't know. I'm just, for me, we had the one in Holden, we had the one in Scipio. It just seems too coincidental that these are all happening at once, and there's no, it's hot and it's really windy, which is making it really rough for the firefighters to put them out. So it's making it really, really hard. So I'm going to write a little thing about this in here because I'm going to remember it, you know. We are going to remember. I got a fly that is like driving me nuts here. And here's this fire. So I do believe this is the fire that's, it started like that and it ended up like this, but now it's going over the mountain. And then there's another one in Scipio. I don't think I got pictures of that one, but it was smoldering here. And then a little while later, it looked like that. And then, boom. And it's just nuts. It's just nuts here right now. It's crazy. So that's the bad thing, other than my friend passing away. Now, before this fire started, we had some beautiful weather. We had some rainstorms. And I tried to get it. I didn't get it really good, but I tried. A rainbow. So there, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a piece of it right here. And it went like that all the way over. And so here is this one right here, because you can't see it real well in here, but I blew it up. There's the rainbow, right? And then here's the other side. And it was just outside my work. Isn't it pretty? So I have these pictures that I wanted to put in here. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow. You know, rainbows are God's way to let us know there's not going to be any flooding. Well, I think at this point we would welcome flooding, you know, but it'll be awful after the burn scars and stuff. It will be freaking horrible, you know, and yeah, it's been, the last couple of weeks have been, the fire started up in Eureka. See, we went yesterday, but last Saturday we went and got my van, and it was up there, smoke, horrible smoke. So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I think I want this one here. And like I said, there's a little place to put down, and I can write a little something, something. There. So fire, rainbows. I mean, it's so crazy. I don't know why anybody would want to do this. You know, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then Utah had, on the 23rd, we had primary voting, and I voted. So, yep, that was June 23rd, 2026 primary. And did that, and this is my picnic day. And I'm going to put 06/20/026 there. Same with here is 6/20/26. This is the Holden fire, Scipio fire, and I'm only listing the ones that are close to me, and then the Beaver fire. I do not have pictures of the Beaver or Scipio. This is just Holden. And then Rainbow after storm. We need another one to put these fires out. Okay, and I met him, so I'm going to have to write a little thing underneath there about it. And then the same over here. I'll have to write something. So now we are coming to, and I've got plenty of paper in here, you know, because there's going to be months where there's nothing going on. And then this month, which I didn't think was going to be a thing, but it is. So we have, I am going to cut that part off, cut this part off. And this is my van. I friggin' fell in love with this. I found it on Marketplace. Got it up in Sandy, Utah. It's a 1976 Chevy G10 van. And I am going to put that right up in the front there. And I'll tell you this story. I don't know if I'm going to write it down because it's so long that, anyway, a couple months ago, it's been a couple months now, I was watching TikTok. I watch TikTok at night, and I'll watch Reels, you know. And all of a sudden, I got these TikToks and stuff up on my feed of these vans, right? And I don't know if it was because I was listening to 70s music, 60s music. I have no idea why it happened or any of that. I just know that it just happened. Anyway, all these vans came up. They're so cool. And I put them on my Pinterest board. So I'll kind of show you. And I did another video on this. And I did all these cool looking vans inside and everything, right? And I'm like, oh, I'd love to do one of those. Wouldn't that be fun? And I'm looking at them, right? I'm looking at them like, that would be fun. How hard can it be to try to find one, right? Very. I found this one. I came across this one, and this is the picture that I saw. And I'm like, I just instantaneously grew attached. I mean, attached. I messaged the guy, because at that point, I think he was asking $3,000 for it, I think. And I had asked him, you know, is it still available? What else can you tell me about it? And all of that. Well, a couple weeks, at least a week and a half went by, didn't hear anything. I'm looking at other vans because he's not answering me. And I'm, you know, hubby's like, see what you can find, you know, $500, $1,000, try to stay under $1,000 or whatever, you know. And I'm looking at all these other vans. I found a 60s, late 60s another Chevy van. I found another Ford Equaline van. I found a couple of them. I'm looking here in Utah. You know, I found a bunch from California, New Mexico, in the Midwest. I found a bunch, but they wanted like $5,000 because it was already half done. And I'm like, yeah, that would be nice, but no. And I just came to terms with I'm not going to get it. I'm just not going to be able to get it. And that's fine. You know, whatever. I'm 60. Do I need a van? No. Just like my dolls. Do I need another doll? No. You know, but it's relaxing for me to paint the dolls. I sell them. They're over on tinytoes, reborn nursery. I have them on my page. I have an eBay page, tinytoes RE25. You can go to eBay to look at them, to buy them, whatever. Anyways, so let's see, we went and got it. Today is the 20, I'm going to write down when I bought it. Okay, so on the, okay, today's the 28th. We picked it up last Saturday. So on the 20th, we picked it up. Okay, that Monday, the 25th. So we're going to put June 26 up here, and then Saturday, June 15th, 2026. I messaged him one more time. If he didn't message me, it's fine. It is what it is. It's a dream, whatever, it would be fun, but that's okay. Do I need to spend money? No. So anyway, I messaged him again. I said, I'm really serious, you know. I see that you lowered it a little bit. What's the lowest you'll do? I have $2,000 right now. I can give you. I'm very interested. Do you have any more details about the van? Later that night. So this was a Monday. No, this was Monday. Okay, this was Monday. Okay. I got an email back. And he said, I don't know if I still have them in my messages. Let's see if I go to Marketplace. I think I still have them. Yep. Okay. I don't know why this was in there. Delete. Delete. I don't know why that was in there. Anyway. Okay, so I got the thread here. I want to print it out. Said, I'm interested. I only got $2,000. Would you consider? That was back in May. So, in May. So I don't know if I'm going to see if I can download this. I don't know if I can, but I'll take pictures of it. Okay. Anyway, I messaged him in May. Just curious if you consider, interest in details, please. Okay, so that went a whole month. So I didn't hear anything. So June 10th, I get a message from him. What details? On the 14th, June 14th, right? So I'll take a picture of this one. What details? And then on the 15th, I said, are you still interested in selling the van? And are you firm on the price? What else can you tell me about the van, right? And so, okay. The 16th, would you consider 2,000? Right? Let's take a picture of this one. And he said 22 would be his bottom. And I'll relay that, thank you. Do you have title and address to come look? And he's like, I do have the title. I would be available Saturday to come look. And he told me about his address. And then I said, Saturday would be good. We're coming from Fillmore. And all that, right? So then Afternoon would be great. So Saturday the 16th, 15th, 15th, 16th. No, when that Saturday, whatever that Saturday was, the 20th, I guess. We went and picked it up. But I asked him if he'd take Venmo. He said he preferred cash. I was like, okay. Don't know if the banks are closed. I didn't know. I went June 19th, which is a Friday. We went to try to go to the bank. Banks were freaking closed. So I didn't get to go. So, which, whatever. So I'm just going to keep printing. There's got to be a way to print these all out. And I told him about what time we'd be there and everything. And then we emailed again after I left. We sat there and talked to him for quite a while, you know. And he was just awesome. My husband got along great with him. And I got my baby. I got my van. So I tried to give it a hug. And then I took a picture standing next to it. It's 3 on a tree. I know how to drive standard. I do not know how to drive it that way. So hubby, when we got home, hubby took me for a ride up the road. And I watched him shift it and stuff. And we stopped to turn around. And I got to drive it. I said, I'd like to drive it at least once before you take it apart. Right? Before we take it apart. So I did get to do that. I ordered my first parts for it. He has an engine for it already that we're going to put in it. And, you know, and then I may tell the story over here. I'll rewrite it down. I'll get the messages. I can take it out. But I got my baby. So anyway, husband was on the computer, and he showed me this picture. I'm like, where did you get that? That's my van. Wrong color, but it's my van. This is what I want it to look like, but wrong color. And the visor on the top is wrong. But this is my goal, I guess. I want those wheels. I want those pipes. I don't want those. I want those windows, but not that shape. I want this, but different because this light's going to be in it. Yeah, there's the hood scoop. My husband's a hot rod guy, so he's got to add the hood scoop. I really don't care for it, but that's fine. So the story and stuff I'll write here and here. But this is what I want it to look like. Should I document each time that I get parts? I should, huh? I've got pictures of the inside, the outside, all the way around. I'm not putting that in here, but I do have them because I wanted to start a build book for it, and the befores and afters. But there's our long end of June thing. It ended on a good note for me. And we will start the next one, which is going to be July, over here. I'm not going to write on this over here. We'll start July right here. And I've got 2 things to put on here right away. And we have Proud Private Brand. I don't care about that. I got these off. They're on the floor at home. I mean, at home, yeah. At work, and it says celebrating 250 years of the United States of America. I remember 1976. That's the year of my van. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. It's special. So this is the year of our country's 250th birthday. And I have these that came off a garment or something at work, and I just picked them up. It's like, ooh, I'm putting those in my book. So I'm going to put them in here. So here's this one, and this one's beautiful. Designed in the USA. It says United States of America celebrating 250. I can cut this out or put something over it and right here and just use this and put this on here, which is probably what I'll do. But celebrating 250 for our country, and because I don't want the brand thing on here, we're going to cut that off. And we're going to cut this one off. But we are going to keep the Eagle USA, United States of America, celebrating 250. And I'm going to put that right there. So this is going to be July. Hopefully I don't have to put any, actually maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait. This will be the first page, right? But I'm going to leave it in here. So that'll be the first page for July. We're not quite done with June, so just in case I have to add more in here, I still have this back side. But yeah, so June has been pretty eventful, like 5 pages, 4 pages. You know, I don't think July is going to be like that. We are going to cut this off, and we're going to cut this off, and we're going to put one right here, and I'm only going to put it on one side so you can lift it, so that we can lift it up. So we will kind of bend this a little bit. Be easy to bend, and we will put a piece of tape on here. And we will stick this down. I said I was going to do it later. I might as well just add it in here. I might as well just add it in. So we're going to put it right there, and we can lift it so you can see everybody. But that's our appreciation day. I thought that was fun. Put that in here. And then I gotta write that over here. But I thought that was fun to do. Take the glasses and use them. I've got another one here, you know, that we could put, I don't know, because you can't really, we could put it on this one for me, and but I'll just leave it here. Maybe we'll use it for something else in the summer, you know, for July or something. Maybe we'll use it, we'll put it over here for July. Maybe I'll take another picture of me and Courtney or something and put it in. But that's fun, right? So that is everything. I will put our marker here where we're at. So that was an eventful June. These are July's stickers. I'll put those there. So that is it. It's getting thick. You know, I'm trying not to add a whole lot, but even adding the pictures to it is going to add some bulk, no matter, you know, what we do, you know. So anyway, there is our photo journal. And I will see you in the next video. Bye now.